Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. Before we dive into today's key, which is more allegations and fraud and everything that is ridiculous and despicable with Tom Girardi and Erika Jayne, be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a key is always better with community, and check out our description box down below. So with that, you guys, let's dive right on in. So as we know, it was recently exposed by Ronald Richards all of the alleged expenses of that $25 million that Tom Girardi and his firm had funneled to EJ Global, which is Erika Jayne's LLC. We already did a deep dive into that, and we had questions, and we basically were like, this doesn't make any sense, these numbers don't add up, it looks like a big fake and phony list, right? And I will link that video down below if you guys haven't seen it, so you can go back and watch it. But we already debunked all of that stuff, and then what we're going to go through now is it actually being, proven and said. Before it's just us talking, now there's more evidence of it, and we'll go through that, and it's in an article in a reality blurb. And don't worry if you can't see the screen, this is just what we had talked about before. So this was attorney Ronald Richards, who had posted all of the alleged expenses from that $25 million that went into her LLC. Now let's dive in. This is according to Reality Blurb, and it says Tom Girardi and law firm accused of illegally funneling $866,000 into, quote, straw company to benefit themselves and Erika Jayne in new lawsuit. Thomas Girardi and his now defunct law firm are being accused of illegally funneling nearly $875,000 into, quote, straw company, posing as a staffing business. Side note, this is exactly what we were saying before. Remember when we went through, and again, I will link that video down below in case you missed it, but this is basically what we said. This is like, candy canes, we are always on it. When Ronald Richards had posted the, list of all the companies and places that allegedly Erika Jayne's company, EJ Global, was paying with the victim's money that had been funneled through Tom Girardi's company, we were like, do these companies even exist? These sound like made up names. The numbers sounded really made up. It was like 1,500, 1,500, 300, 300, 1,000, 1,000, 2,500. It just seemed very fake. It seemed like someone told the intern, hey, put a bunch of numbers, make up a bunch of names, put them in a spreadsheet. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like these were fake companies or shell companies, or they were real companies, but they were fake amounts. Like, I'm saying I'm paying this company, but it's not true, and you just hope that nobody will ever double check. But let's keep going. In the latest lawsuit filed against Thomas by the trustee presiding over Girardi Keese's bankruptcy case, the estranged husband of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Erika Jayne is facing claims of transferring money to himself and others. According to court documents obtained by Radar Online on December 28th, the trustee is demanding the return of $866,000 as they attempt to recover years' worth of payments made to a business under the name of Staffing Partners, which were reportedly made prior to the bankruptcy case against Tom and his firm being filed. As the documents explained, the trustee believes the company may have been a front, or what is called a straw company, for Thomas and other employees or third parties, including Christopher Kamen, the chief financial officer of Girardi and Keese. So this was kind of a part of their money laundering scheme, right? So let's say that you had EJ Global, and the company was called Staffing Partners, and the money that the firm was funneling to Erika was actually going into Tom's pockets and his lackeys and the CFO. So Staffing Partners was actually Tom Girardi and other third parties that they were paying off, but they're lying and saying that it's a vendor. So he was basically using the firm's money to pay himself and his lackeys. So, it's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, so believes the companies may have been a front or a straw company for Thomas and other employees and third parties, and may have been used fraudulently and illegally to funnel money to Thomas and other employees or third parties, including Christopher Kamen. Sorry if that repeated. Sorry about that. Okay. As Real Housewives of Beverly Hills fans may recall, Christopher Kamen is the former CFO of Girardi Keys, who was arrested in Maryland in November on suspicion of wire fraud and accused of embezzling $10 million. But don't forget that 10 million was just the tip of the iceberg. They said that the CFO is responsible for at least $100 million of embezzling money, but they got him on that wire fraud 10 million charge. Okay. During a time when Girardi Keys was in a precarious financial state and was not paying its creditors, Girardi Keys began a systematic process of draining the available cash, oftentimes consisting of stolen client trust funds by, among other things, making distributions to certain preferred creditors or third parties from funds of Girardi Keys' estate, the lawsuit explained. And in reference to the fraudulent transfers made to staffing partners, the trustee added these were on an account of services that solely benefited Thomas and Erika Girardi, aka Erika Jayne, Christopher Kamen, and other employees of Girardi Keys, or were a part of a scheme whereby checks would be made payable to staffing partners on account of a fraudulent invoices, and the funds would then be funneled back to Thomas and Erika, aka Erika Jayne, Christopher Kamen, and other employees of Girardi Keys, such that the fraudulent transfer had no relation to the operation of and did not benefit Girardi Keys. So again, they are using funds that is supposed to go to victims, the victims' trust money, stuff that was supposed to go to the law firm, and they're putting it in their own pockets, and according to this lawsuit, directly to benefit Erika Jayne. Girl, your goose is cooked. The lawsuit comes just days after the $25 million in transfers sent from Girardi Keys to Erika's company, EJ Global, were itemized in a list of expenses amid the trustee's lawsuit against the reality star. And that's what we see on the screen. That's the itemized expenses in that $25 million lawsuit, which again, I thought was fraudulent. But now there's even another lawsuit, saying that they're still funneling almost $1 million, $866K into these, quote, straw companies. So this was beyond Ponzi scheme. This was beyond even what we thought. They had multiple ways to defraud people and to get money back to themselves, creating fake companies, staffing partners. And then when they would get the money or the invoice or the check, the money would go straight back to Erika and Tom, Christopher Kamen, who's now been arrested, and other people who work at Girardi and Keys who were part of the fraud scheme. I mean, where does it end? Where does it end? Creating fake companies, invoicing yourself, lying about itemized stuff. It's a lot, you guys. It's a lot. But I want to know what you guys think. I think at this point, the biggest question is, do we think Erika is actually ever going to be arrested? Sorry, guys. I'm still battling a bit of a cold. Do we think that Erika will ever be arrested? Because at this point, it's just one thing after another. If it wasn't the defrauding the victims, the actual victims, the orphans and the widows and the burn victims, right? Then it was, the earrings, switching out the earrings. One was supposed to be a $750,000. Turns out it's a different pair that's worth $250,000. Switching out those earrings, if it's not the itemized $25 million lawsuit that we went over, if it's not the $2.27 million in taxes, if it's not, the son, the alleged, let me say alleged because we're talking about the FBI, the alleged love child of Tom Girardi being an FBI agent, like it's just so much. And now they're saying that they have these straw companies where basically they would make up companies, but the people who were casting the checks were Erika and Tom and Christopher Kamen and their lackeys. So I think at this point, do you think Erika is actually ever going to be arrested? And if so, when? I personally think she will be arrested, but I don't think it's going to be soon. Or she will be arrested during season 13 filming. One of the two. So I don't know. Take that for what you will. But I want to know what you guys think. Put it down below. But before you do that, you know what to do. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a kiki is always better with community. And check out our description box down below. With that, you guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye!
Welcome to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care, where your host, writer, actor and producer Candy Washington helps you live a more joyful life with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. Be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review and join the conversation on Instagram @Candy Washington. Let's go!